Before Skyblock was a massive Hypixel game with its own economy, dungeons, and power systems, it was a simple game, one of the first extensions of Minecraft accessible to me. I could never install the other mod. It was the first real challenge before hardcore ever came out, but honestly I never played it like that. To me, Skyblock was one of those cool new maps that I saw while scrolling through Planet Minecraft. I played Skyblock many times throughout the years. All these rules, and this would be the first time that I played Skyblock correctly. Back in 2012 when this map first came out, me and my friends immediately hopped on as it was the cool new thing to do. The game is always fun at first. You're farming cobble to make bridges, sneaking at the edge of the map, trying to expand your island so you don't fall, playing this incredibly stressful game of catch the dirt before it's lost to the abyss. You build your first house, you learn how to make a mob farm for the first time, and then the game gets boring. Back in the day, the Nether didn't have this whole expansion, so it was just a dimension you could use to farm the Nether pigs. But throughout this process, you're not playing alone. You start to build this sense of community with your friends. You start building things just so you can do them together. Here's an example. This is what a regular cobblestone generator looks like. You know, the one you make 10 seconds after you spawn in. Now here's the one you make when you have an infinite water source. A double-decker cobblestone generator so you can break blocks with your buds. Here's another example. When you finally make a mob farm, you build 2 pockets so you and your friend can slash little mobbies together. Other than just the utility aspects of community, we start building neighborhoods. These weren't any ordinary neighborhoods either. We were building domes and complex houses in the middle of the sky just to try and impress each other. And trust me, this couldn't be built with the original supplies that we had. My 12-year-old motor skills weren't strong enough to catch every single dirt block, so naturally we would spawn them in. And then began the age of going into creative mode. This server consisted of 7 people, so you can imagine the walkways we built. Roads that stretched as far as the eye can see. I'm over-exaggerating what it was like, but what my 12-year-old brain saw was a utopia. We had built a kingdom, yes. But more importantly, we had built a community. The cobblestone was free and shared. You know, before we went into creative. The labor to build community centers was a common effort. People had roles to fill, and we all had common goals. The first being to build a city we could be proud of, something we already achieved. And second was to reach land. If you didn't know, the Skyblock world wasn't completely empty. If you build far enough, you can see the edge of the world. Although we had cheated our way to this beautiful and fruitful city, we were determined to reach the land through our own efforts. So we got to work. Each house had a hatch in the back with a bridge. Everyone convened at the local cobblestone generator and got to mining. After collecting enough cobble, each person went back to their little hatch and started building. In hindsight, we should have just worked on one bridge together. It would have been way faster. But nevertheless, we were getting closer by the minute. We slaved away for days. And just as we were about to give up, we caught sight of something we could have only dreamed of. We saw land. Quickly, me and my friends gathered the last of the cobble reserves and built frantically. We were so determined to reach it. But as we were rushing, we failed to understand one thing. These blocks that we were placing symbolized the end of the run. Soon after, we reached the land, and inevitably, we stopped playing. I really couldn't tell you what that piece of land looked like, but what I do remember, the cobblestone generator, the houses, and that bridge. And there's a lesson in there somewhere. My friends weren't the only ones I played with though. I have a cousin who wasn't too familiar with Minecraft at the time. He saw me playing Skyblock and really wanted his own world. Me being the awesome big cousin, we're like 2 years apart, started up his world for him. I showed him the ropes. We built the generator, we cut down the tree, and started setting up a base. He got bored quick. I'm just supposed to sit here and break blocks? Yeah, we all did. That was part of the fun. He didn't care. He just wanted an iron house and a massive pool. I got pissed. You're supposed to think this is fun because I think it's fun. But I took this opportunity to flex on him. What he didn't know at the time was that I got introduced to World Edit. I banged out a full iron house. I carpeted the place. I put a lamppost. I put tables, furnaces. I even built the world's most inefficient elevator, which was larger than the house itself, just so he could reach the top of the roof. I put in a pool half the size of the world, and I filled it to the brim with water. All source blocks. I had to show him that I was the best Minecraft player out there. And when he logged on the next day, his jaw was on the floor. I mean, this was over 10 years ago. I don't really remember if he was impressed. Actually, now that I remember, he was annoyed that the pool kept spawning squids, and it was so big that he got lost in it a few times. I could go on and on about old Minecraft worlds and memories. But the point is, nobody played that game to reach these arbitrary challenges. I mean, who the hell is making 10 levers for fun? We played just because it was something to do together. Whether it was building a community or showing off our wealth, it was a group activity. I mean, I was planning to do a playthrough of Skyblock during this video to see how I still enjoyed it. And I got bored of playing alone. Since then, I haven't really talked to that group of people. It's been a decade and we've all moved away from each other. But as the high tide of time washes away my memories, I will be right there in the sand, carving in new ones.